Are we on? Yeah. Alright, this is Richard Nikoley, freetheanimal.com, and I thought I'd do a new venue for my next video, and I am at the pool. So let me first give you kind of a tour, alright? Okay, so I flipped the camera so I can see. So just recently they redid the place. So it used to be like only little bit of area around the pool. They did not change the pool, and that's a pool, but they changed the area. They expanded it by a lot of times, and they also put in new showers, which are really cool. I love them. Yeah. And then they also redid the workout room. This teeny little room. The room next door was nothing. Oh, it's closed. It's locked right now. It's weird. They don't lock the pool, but you have to. So you see they have a table tennis thing. I'm a like high school champion table tennis player. I don't know how I would do now. And then they put in the workout equipment. And on the other side here, they also put in something pretty phenomenal. I have to show you this. Maybe it's because so many Russians live here. I don't know. But, yep. A sauna. No shit. And you can get it hot as fuck, and they have the water for the rocks and everything. I used it once so far. Alright, so that's it. That's the tour of my place. The pool at my place is like 30 meters, I don't know. And so let me get in the pool, and I will chat with you a bit. Still not sure what I'm going to chat about. Okay, are we recording? Yeah, it looks like it. So what do I talk about today from the pool? Well, I think the first thing I should talk about is like horny Thai chicks. So, and it's in the context of sending a dick pic. Oh, shocked! Who would do that? A lot of guys do. A lot of chicks, they're okay with them. I'll tell you my experience. So I've had this this friend, really a friend, only a friend, for a few weeks. I rolled up to a place and we locked eyes, and so we've been like just kind of like friends and buddies since then. The other day I was like a bit like raucous, and I sent a dick pic to my girlfriend, and so I'm like, I've been talking to this other chick for a while, so I sent it to her too. And a couple hours later, I get a video chat. I use here in Thailand. Most everybody uses the app called Line. So I get a line call from her inviting me over to her place, which I refused because I really didn't feel that good. And she hung up on me. And I'm like, okay. And so I didn't call back until last night. I get a call from her, and she says, "Come see me here." See, dick pics work. They do. In a range. I mean, you do not want to be. You don't want to do it as like a weirdo. You like dude. You know, basement dwelling, mom's basement dwelling, weird ass dude, and you don't want to do it to say like, oh, look at me. It's like in that. If you know she likes you, what it does is it's like, oh, see, I'm thinking about you and I'm horny, right? So if she likes you, it's like, oh, that's proof. That's proof he thinks about me. That's all. Really. I can't believe I'm saying this stuff, but yeah, dick pics can work, but you have to do. I've only done like less than a handful in my whole life, but they do work because since you know, like. Within minutes of sending it, she was like on the phone to me saying, "I don't like you to do that." Da, da, da. But then she's like inviting me over. What does that mean, right? And then last night she's like, "Come over, see me." And I'm like, it's a 5-minute drive down to this place where she lives, and so I did, and I had a great time with her, and we joked a lot. It reminds me of back in my 20s when I was coming to Pattaya, and I had this friend, girl, for 4 years, because I come every year, and every year I would see her. And one time I remember I was late at night. We were drunk, and I brought her home, and we just slept. And I still gave her a little gift in the morning, and I still remember what she says, "Ha ha ha, money for nothing," right? So, but then later, another trip out, I ended up going to an island called Koh Samet, which doesn't have electricity. Right, it's very remote and everything. So, and there's no bar. Yeah, there's bars and restaurants, but they have to use batteries at night. This is back in the 80s, and I'm a friend, a UK Brit proper cunt mate of mine from UK who I'd met up here. This was our third time meeting here, and. So we brought our chicks out to Koh Samet for a few days, and so I've known her for like 4 years at this point, and we finally have sex, first time, and we laugh at each other. It was so much fun. It's so much fun. It's like, oh, look, we're finally fucking, like that, right? And this video is weird. That's why if I write this on the blog, it's different than putting it in video, because you get to see like what I really think about it. And it was lovely, adorable. It was lovely and adorable. Right? It's a great moment with her, who I'd known for years already. But you think I'd just like go out and get? No, it's not me. It's not me. But there's so much I love about these girls, and this is why, this is one way or another, this is going to be my home forever. Till they burn me in a Buddhist temple. For sure. How the Thai girls say, for sure. Alright? Anyway, and then so I had that experience, and then I go out. She goes up to bed, and I go out, and I go talk to the owner of a bar Nancy, who's been with a guy from UK for 17 years, but she owns this bar, right? And I wanted to talk to her about like the quality of the girls she has in the bar, and you know what's good and bad and everything. I had an incident with one of her girls who was the one I talked about in a previous video, where you know she's the only one that I go with and I take home, but we have a problem, and it's five times over 3 months, maybe about 2-3 months, idyllic, you know. She's wonderful. It's like 40 years old, body of a 20-year-old. I shit you not. I mean, so hot, so sexy. But sixth time, she lies to me a lot. I discovered a lot of lies and everything. I don't like that. Tell me anything, I don't care. You know, it's all kind of the same. So then after that, I head out to another place, Laguna. And Laguna is an interesting place. So it's an open air bar thing, but they're classy bars. So it's not like beer bars like on the street. So it's like all enclosed, but like, I don't know, 6-7 bars, something like that. And it attracts, and they don't. It's so a girl can work at the bar. A girl can work at the bar being a bartender or cashier or everything, or she can work on the other side, where she's vying for a bar fine, and go home, sleep together with a gift in the morning after breakfast. That sort of thing. Prostitution is actually illegal in Thailand. But what that really means is that you cannot just do an offer of sex for money. What it means is that a girl and you, a woman, can just hook up in wherever. There are many girls who work in the stores, anywhere. The bank teller, right? You can hook up, and with just the implied thing that she'll have a gift from you in the morning. It's very common. It's very accepted. But it's how different is that from dinner and a movie, really, right? It's just more frank. It's like, how about, or this, what if dinner and a movie in America suddenly became gift card in the morning? Same thing, right? You demean them by calling them they're not, they just, and they're always looking for something. That's why I get flirted with all the time. At 61 years old, I get flirted with by 20-something girls every day. Every day. Who wouldn't want to live here? So, hang on. I need to take a little dip. Cooling off dip. So, as I was saying, what am I saying? So, it's just so awesome to live here. You can't believe. So, okay. So I go to Laguna, which is a place, and now they have, the place has been closed for almost, I don't know, a year and a half, 2 years. They're kind of disco, like right next door, enclosed, air conditioning, which I had never been in. There's another place called Hush Hush. That was the play open until 4 a.m. even though everything was in lockdown. You go there, but they pay the police enough, so it was hands off. You can go there. I could wake up at 3 in the morning and say, let me go have a let me go have a drink and look at some, and chat up some hot chicks at 3 a.m. in the morning. 5-minute drive. I could do it. Right. So I sit in one of the bars in Laguna, and I talk to this very cute young Thai girl who's been here for 1 month. Speaks little English, but you know, everybody is adept at using Google Translate on their phones now, so we can actually communicate quite easily. So we're doing that, and she's been here for a month, and it turns out she's from Surin, which is an hour and a half drive from where I built the house in Sisaket, and I've been up there a million times. So I'm telling her about things I like in Sisaket, like Sisaket is the Surin is the place where they have the elephant festival every year. It's big on elephants, which is Chang in Thai, and I have a funny story about that. I'll tell you real quick. Before I went to it once, just about 2 years ago, I guess, and I just finished the house in Surin, in Sisaket. Ban Lam Tong is the name of the village. And Yui, girlfriend, comes up to me. She says, "We have to go to Surin for 11 vegetables." I said, "Okay. Can't we get 11 vegetables right here?" And she's like, "No, 11 vegetables." And then I'm like, what are you talking about? So finally, after anything, turns out it's Elephant Festival. 11 vegetables. So anyway, this girl is from that city, and she knows everything and talked to everything, but she's young, she's only 20. She's like, "Take me home." I'm like, well, okay, maybe, but what? She says, just for an hour or two, and then I come back to work. Oh, and I'm like, oh, short time. And I get to tell her, I say, "You're 20 years old. I take a girl from a bar, first time in 1982 in Busan, Korea. That's 40 years ago, so it's twice your age. I'd already done it for 20 years, and I don't do short time. It's what they call short time, right? So it's less money, and it's totally for sex, and they come back to work. I'm not going to judge that, you know, especially if they need money, and most of them, almost, I say every Thai girl has the same story. They have 1 or 2 kids typically, and they're out there doing that to make money for their kids. Very simple. I mean, they all have the same story. That is the story. It's not the girls on the street corner like you see in American TV, which is total, complete, utter misrepresentation of what these girls are about. And when you call them prostitutes, it's insulting to me. I know them and so with this girl I said, okay, sorry, because yes, a little bit when I was very young, short times, Korea, Philippines, here, so on, but even very soon, within a year or two, never short time, always all night, because for me, the biggest joy, the sex is typically wonderful, right? These little hard bodies. The biggest joy for me is sleeping together. It really is. Really is. You know, as you get older, you have to get up and take a piss, right? And I'll tell you what, there's no more joy than having white sheets, this brown girl with a very hard body and black hair, contrasted with that white. In the like what you can see in the ambient light, and then you go back in bed, and she's always sleeping naked, completely naked, and you stroke your hand down that hard little, I call them rocket tits, small tits but are hard. Fucking love it, man. And down and between her legs and back up the backside, and you breathe a sigh of relief, and you go right back to sleep. Oh, what happened next? So I go to I'm gonna head back, but I thought, wow, I'm gonna stop at Nanny Bar because I know some people there. And so indeed I stop at Nanny Bar, and people call out my name when I run up there. And Pim, the proprietor of the bar, is like, just like, she's that girl that you always flirt with, but you know you're never gonna get. All right. But on the other side of the bar is Mint. Mint is, it's kind of weird. She's like, she has this funny face, funny pouty face. It's a very unusual face. It's not like a beautiful face. It's like kind of quirky and cute, if you know what I mean. But her body rocks, and I've known her for over a year. She worked at another bar, and I just go there, and you know, always think it was only like a couple months ago. Yeah, 2-3 months ago. And I'm out and about, and I hear my name called, Richard. And I stop, and I'm like, she had quit the bar I was at, and then went to this new bar. But she was like a freelancer, so she only shows. So she's like a freelancer now. So she just has permission to sit at the bar at different places, and if she gets drinks, but she doesn't have like a working contract with the bar owner. So if she gets drinks, and if she's horny, so a couple months ago she called me, and I took her home, and it was amazing. She was 19 when I met her. I think she's 20 now. She came home with me, and she's like, okay, I'm gonna go take a shower. So many girls, they'll go take a shower and they come out with a towel on, and they're all modest. She comes out buck naked, and her body is 20-year-old body that is just amazing. But the thing is, the age difference is so much that it was fun. It's fun. But there's not really the connection. I'm starting to prefer the really nice bodied, 30 and 40-year-old girls, because they just have. And I like to lay in bed in the morning and chat, or in the evening talk about stuff, and it's cool. But with the young girls, it's they want to watch some stupid shit on YouTube or whatever, but they have the like crazy hot bodies. I can't. You have no idea. You have no idea. Anyway, with Mint, so it's very fun. She comes out stark naked, and we have fun and sleep together, have a little bit of fun in the morning. But since then, no, we haven't. We've talked about it, like, let's go home. Nah, not tonight. I'm too drunk. I Mao. Mao is drunk in Thai. Right, me Mao. And so it's okay. So last night, the whole point of this whole story is last night I got there. It's like 1:30 in the morning, and Mint is there, and I order a drink. I'm talking to Pim, and I order her a drink and Mint a drink, and then, like, within 5 minutes, she's fucking passed out. We all had to carry her, literally carry her to a bed to sleep. So, let me take another thing and let me close it up. How do I close it up? Okay, so I've talked all about bar girls and bar girls, and you can watch my interview with Russell Hantz, not interview, discussion over lunch with Russell Hantz, where we delve into much more aspects of this. I know this will offend a lot of people, but so I guess this is the best way to close, is that I'm Richard Nikoley. I've talked about shit forever, and if I feel like talking about pussy, I write about pussy. And so with these videos, if I feel like writing about talking about pussy, I'm going to talk about pussy, and I'm not lying to you. Really? Do you think I'm lying to you? I'm not lying to you. Now, that is your biggest value by being a subscriber and supporting my blog. Be a member. $6 a month or going. Okay. All right. So just to close it up, I know a guy who brought his son here, who was 17 years old, came as a virgin, is not a virgin anymore. Well, let me do. I know a couple bar girls, and one, I asked her what was your youngest. She said 18. And what happened? She said, and she was like 25 at the time, maybe. She said his father paid my bar fine and paid for me money in the morning, and I was his teacher. So dads, put it in your notebook. Put it in your notebook. Your sons will get the best experience for that first time in their lives. I promise. All right. With all of that, bye. I'm going to take a swim.